While working on a documentary of refugees fleeing Ukraine, an Arkansas journalist shot and killed by Russian forces. 5 News reporter KATHRYNGILKER joins us in the studio now to tell us how he was no stranger to covering wars and the lasting legacy he leaves behind. Catherine?
Brent Renaud and a fellow journalist were trying to cross a bridge checkpoint in Kyiv when Russian forces opened fire, killing Renaud and injuring photographer Juan Aranido. They were working on a documentary about the global refugee crisis for Time.
I'm grateful we had him here. I'm saddened by his tragic loss.
Brent Renaud spent the fall semester of 2019 at the University of Arkansas as a visiting distinguished professor for the Center for Ethics and Journalism.
He just had grit and guts and courage that few people have, and absolutely dedicated to truth-seeking journalism.
Professor Larry Foley says Renaud definitely left an impact on faculty and students during his semester at the university. He calls his death an American tragedy.
They're out there telling people, they're showing people what's going on. And Brent Renaud should be looked at as a hero. He was there because he felt like it was the right thing to do.
Renaud was no stranger to covering war zones. He did documentaries about the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. In 2003, he was embedded with a unit of the Arkansas National Guard during their tour of Iraq, which he made into a 10-part series called Off to War. This picture of Renaud was taken just days before he was killed Sunday in Ukraine.
He could not have not been there. This is as big a story as there is in the world. And not being there was, not an option for him.
Professor Raymond McCaffrey is a director for the Center of Ethics and Journalism. He says the camera would point Renaud towards the story and that he was a great storyteller.
To tell stories in a uniquely personal way where the storyteller is spending a great amount of energy getting out of the story. I mean, Brent doesn't show up in any of his films except in snippets, and yet he's always there.
Renaud also covered the earthquake in Haiti, youth violence in Chicago, and cartel violence in Mexico, among many others.
He was small in stature, quiet as he walked, but powerful in what he did, and as courageous as anyone as I have ever known.
Brent Renaud made a lasting impression on Arkansas. Along with his brother Craig, they founded the Little Rock Film Festival. Reporting in studio, I'm KATHRYNGILKER, 5 News.
All right, Catherine, thanks. Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky released the following statement today about Renaud's death, saying in part, "I extend my heartfelt condolences to the family of Brent Renaud, who lost his life while documenting the ruthlessness and evil inflicted upon people by Russia. May Brent's life and sacrifice inspire the world to stand up and fight for the forces of light against the forces of darkness." Meanwhile,